Unajua most parents, especially fathers, ukilipa school fees, upe mtoto shopping, uone nguo. Yeah, nguo ya jamaa. Unaona wewe everything is fine.
Local class gani? Please walk into any bank opening day and see the chaos yenye inakuanga hapo when men anapiga ati nilisema ako class gani? Like they don't know.
They don't know.
After how many years?
But then you know when you were born.
You know the funny thing, when I was finishing class 8 myself, my dad thought I was in class 6.
Yeah. Imagine and you're going home every day. That's like,
and I was boarding school. I was in day school.
And he paid school fees, but he never knows that he'll be a class.
Yeah. But alishtuka niko like need to kufanya exam. Yeah, KCP.
Kwani uko
kwa class 6 walianza kufanya.
And I don't know if it's true, but I don't know.
Yeah, niliona.
I read somewhere, and then this is something hata nimewatch sijui YouTube channel ya nani. Ati girls with daddy issues love sex. I don't know how that is applied.
It just looks away like I don't.
I don't know how that is applying to having daddy issues, but I don't know.
But then
I think me what I think.
Hello guys, hi, how have you been? I've been good. It's your girl Trina over here.
Hello my beautiful people, it's Valentine Kimani, your favorite girl from the snack gym.
And this is the African girl, and today guys we have a visitor. Like you can see her. Drum rolls. Yeah, I know we have a visitor. She's gonna introduce herself, but a brief one. She's a mom. She's a parenting coach. Should I call it like that?
Yeah.
Coach. And then she's a business person. She has so many hats. So let me just let her introduce.
Auntie Mazo.
Let me let her introduce herself.
So hi guys, hi there people. My name is Anne Kamau. Like you heard, I'm a mom. I'm a business person. I love parenting. I hope that's the topic for today, and that's why I'm here. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Very good.
We love visitors. You guys will see, we love visitors. So guys, today we are talking about parenting. That's why she is here. We're talking about parenting, and it's all about raising kids, baby mama dramas, baby daddy issues, and everything all around parenting.
Yeah.
So apparently nobody here is a parent. Apparently. But these things I think we learn as we grow. Plus also we are at a stage where we are going to that couple.
Yeah,
of
that's the next stage.
Yeah.
And at the main point, you are a female. You need to know these things even.
Yes. So let me allow Anne to just explain something little about parenting and all that.
Well, I think this is the best time for you people to have this conversation. By the time I think nobody ever sits down to tell you how to do parenting. You get there and you're like, holy moly. It's a surprise, but I wish, for me, the reason I love parenting is I'm hoping we can have these conversations more.
Yes.
We can talk about the struggles more and what we expect before or after. And is it even necessary for you to be a parent? Because we've been raised in a society that says you have to be a parent. Not everybody wants to be a parent.
True.
And it's okay.
And we should really.
Yes, it's okay.
Like, I don't expect like when I go for Christmas, I must.
We want to see you bringing somebody.
I can also be a dog mom, a cat mom. Yeah, people raise dogs.
People raise dogs and they be like, my baby.
They'll be in Nairobi tomorrow to just check if you're okay.
Are you okay?
If you're okay, mentally. But basically, I think these are conversations we need to have, especially about around parenting. Because apart from just your kids, you've probably parented someone's child. And just understanding children's psychology and how to handle kids. And it's not as complicated as we need to think, but I wish we had more of these conversations, because apart from your own child, how do we handle kids in general? Because that's where we are now finding, right now we have a lot of issues around suicide, because the society does not know how to handle kids. How many, like now I'm not with my child here, I don't know where they are. I don't know how whoever is with them, how they're handling them. So all of us need the skill of how to just handle a child in general.
True, but and also think like the fact that right now mental health is also very alarming. We are at a stage where I think almost everybody is saying, oh, I'm depressed, I'm what. But then we have kids who don't even know what depression is, who don't know when you're going through things, and then they expect like you should do whatever you're supposed to do. You can be there as a guardian, as a mother, as a father, and all that, but are you aware the kids are there? Because I feel like us as adults, we find ourselves like, uko na stress ndio, lakini umesahau mtoto yuko. So, are you caring also about the mental health of that kid?
Mostly for the parents who are never available for their kids. Unajua, most parents, especially fathers, ukilipa school fees, upe mtoto shopping,
nguo
unaona wewe everything is fine.
Local class gani? Please walk into any bank opening day and see the chaos yenye inakuanga hapo when men anapiga ati nilisema ako class gani, like they don't know.
And they don't know
hata how many years.
But then
they don't even know when you were born.
You know the funny thing, when I was finishing class 8 myself, my dad thought I was in class 6.
Imagine and you're going home every day. That's like,
and I was not in school. I was in day school.
And he
knows
pays school
class
fees, but he never knows that alipieka class.
But then alishtuka niko like na need vitu za kufanya exam. KCP.
Kwani uko
kwa class 6 walianza kufanya.
Na those were also days, you know.
And I don't know mostly unapatanga fathers ndo wanakuanga emotionally unavailable for their kids.
Yes.
But do you realize you can be a present parent, but you're not available? Like you're available, but you're not present. Because, for example, since gadgets came, we have become nimetoka job, and because I don't want I don't want to be bothered, I'll give the kid my phone or a tablet so that they can just keep themselves busy as I do my own stuff. You can be available, but you're not present. It has to be intentional. Just the way you know my hair has to be fixed at this time. This is how you have to be intentional with your kids. Every detail has to be intentional. You have to have it just the way you write it on a diary, your own life, write your child's life, the way you want to plan it. You have to be very intentional with it, especially being present. You have to be very intentional.
And is it that we're in another era, or what is it? Because nowadays parents are working literally 100%.
I think also the fact that everyone is working.
Everyone is busy.
But
they don't have time for
when you
kids.
go home, so you'll go in the evening. Can't you even
say hi to
shule? Okay, assuming you work in an office, what time do offices close? 5, right? So mtoto pia ametoka around 5, 6, maybe they sleep around 8. After when that child is doing homework, kama ashamaliza, come say hi, ask your baby, how was your day, baby? How have you been? Nowadays they don't.
The only thing a lot of us parents ask is, have you done your homework?
But you won't even check it. Have you done?
Whether you
have you done or no?
If no one can check out,
you have to send the diary. Because like for us, you have to send the diary. And for me, I keep telling her teachers, if you need to send her, please write it on the diary. I'll sign that diary. So just let's because we're on the same team. Because if you send her and I send her back, it looks like we are fighting.
Yes.
So I sign the diary, but then the problem comes in: is your child's life only about homework? Is your child happy? Do you know if they are being bullied in school?
Yes.
Do you know how they relate with their teacher? You'll find that your child is being harassed by another child. But because you never get time.
They can't come and tell you maybe this is happening. Also, I saw somewhere, I guess it's Shiksha Aurora was saying, also, our watoto wadogo, you should be telling them baby, this is a vagina. Usimwambie,
please,
this is a cookie.
Yeah,
This is a cookie.
That
That child would come home and she will tell you, Mommy, James was touching my cookie. And you'll be like, baby, it's good
And
to
the
share
baby-
your cookie.
yes.
And the baby is meaning the
The
cookie.
cookie. Yes.
Not
But
the
then even not even fetched too far, a lot of kids who are introduced to sex, they are introduced to sex by people who are in your house as a parent.
Yeah.
True.
So if as a parent unasema auntie amekula and auntie helped and stuff, if you never get time to sit with your child, you never know what goes on. Even for boys, a few months ago we had a case of a house help calling children into their house and then opening porn videos for them.
wow.
Oh my god.
And if
People possessed.
yeah, and if for not for one boy who was a bit younger was telling someone the story, it could never have been known. How many children, close to 5 kids, like what did that girl do to their mental state? But then also tells how much parents we are not talking to our kids.
But it's the same. By the way, I think it made me remember of a certain scenario. I was just out here. You know, when you're not tempted to so you're just walking, and then you bump into kids in a group, and then you just your mind is not really closed, but it's still not. So I hear a conversation, and I'm like,
Let me listen.
let me listen to this one, and whatever they are talking about, you are like, wait, these are kids not even above 12. Actually, they're small kids, but the things they're talking about, and then later on, I hear one of the kids insulting the other one, very bad words, and that apparently, I think that same week something happened, and I talked to another parent, and that parent was telling me actually the kid is talking like that because the house help watches some stuff in the house when the nini goes, and they have had it via, you see, like when unaweza tembea hapa nje usikie. So that's how the kid knows all about all this, and I'm like, it's not even safe in your house.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
As long as
safe.
someone has a gadget, it's not safe.
Even just the person, because I keep saying however much unataka kutoa mtu ushago, and that's us from the urban areas what we do. Do you know the values they believe in? Because for me, I'm very particular in the people handling my kids. What values do you believe in? Because we could be having two very different situations.
Yeah.
Because I'll keep giving examples with my child because that's all I know.
Yeah.
We had an issue of bullying in school, and the teacher didn't feel like it's a big deal. I complained. Even my mom herself took us off to school because she's like, we can't take this anymore. And it's funny how they never thought it's a big deal until I mentioned it during the AGM meeting. And because at some point my baby was like, Mom, nataka kutransfer. Niko like, kwani mnakosana na teacher? Hapana. Kwani food sikuwa? Hapana. Kwani what's wrong with the school? Hapana. See, it's this boy who keeps beating me. And then for me, in my thought, I was like, the next time I'm meeting that boy, it may go down. But then
I
it's
know.
a good thing the meeting came first, and I knew the parent was there. And I just said, it's very unfair that you're making our kids sit with this child, and it also seems it's something that comes from home.
Yeah.
But you're forcing, because my child is the calm one, and I know atakwambia this is bad. So they prefer her sit because she controls him a bit. But it takes a toll on her. And all parents were like, yes, I've also had my child complain about it.
know.
But like, why did you complain?
You
would have
did talk about it.
Because every time I come to the teacher says, nitaangalia. Anatolewa leo, kesho anarudishwa because huko kwingine is too much chaos. But then the teacher thinks it's okay. It's a game they are playing. But you see, you can't be, your hands are on the table, someone just stamps them. And it's not normal. And I keep saying, values. Check the values that the people who are with your kids believe in. Trust me. The things that even at a young age, you may think they don't know so much. Those kids comprehend so much, and that's why even a handheld baby can tell when you're stressed. So if you don't open the conversation lines, so probably my baby would have always been stressed. Hajui kusema, mimi siko comfortable. And it's funny how those parents,
and
nobody felt,
actually,
because for me I raised it as an AOB, because I was like, I go with a notebook by the way for me.
But you see, you're a present.
Angalau you have created a comfortable environment for your kid, and is akuja kwambie.
Basically, values are important in parenting. you also have to know the values you want to raise your child with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because also we'll tell how many friends you can give your child. I can't give my child
It's just
anyone.
anyone.
It's just
I can't. Because you may be my good friend because I can filter what you say or what you think. And you don't have, sometimes it doesn't even need to be vulgar. But there's just some values that are, you know, those zinas like the waka envelope that are not the best. You have to look at, you have to know your own values. You have to know what you want to teach your kids. Because that's where intentionality
Where I
starts.
think, even like when you host your relatives in the house, please just have some rules in that house, because I feel even relatives, you know what, ni familia ni nini,
It's
but
just
what are they
family.
showing?
But they're the
you?
most toxic people we
Yeah,
have around.
they're the most toxic, yeah. But you know, sometimes they will come, of which me I feel like don't make it a mazoyano. People come into your house, even if they are family, don't
just make it the,
It
like
becomes
they can
so
always
toxic.
come to your
Yes.
house and then
Yeah.
they feel like
because I feel these people, you'll trust them because it's family, it's blood.
yeah.
But what values are they bringing to the house? There is a kid there. What are they showing the kid? Because I feel we so blindly trust anyone.
Yeah.
For a house like utakuwa zile za unajua nini
Amekula, ameoga.
Amefanya.
but then the family.
Let me ask you something else. Now this is not about kids. I don't know if it's true, but I read somewhere if you grew up with an available dad, when you grow up, you tend to date older men because you feel like you want to
They
fill
can
that
do that
void.
feeling.
It's
Yeah.
called daddy issues.
Daddy issues.
Those are daddy issues.
Daddy
issues. Yes, because you tend to look, and most of the time you fall into the wrong hands because you tend to look for daddy's love
From
that guy,
Yeah.
which can never happen. That person will never provide that.
And then
But
something
you
else.
feel the comfort because they're
Yes,
actually
the
treating you
comfort.
like a child.
Then the fact that
Yeah.
you go for older men, because you see utamwona kama father figure, utamwona kama nini. That's just how it is.
And I don't know if it's true, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I read somewhere, and then this is something hata nimewatch sijui YouTube channel ya nani. Ati girls with daddy issues love sex. I don't know how that is applied.
It just looks away like I don't want to
Yeah, I don't know how that is applying to having daddy issues, but I don't know.
But then I
Honestly,
I think
because-
me, what I think, okay, my opinion is, I think because you're always looking for that comfort and nini, so this even it's easier. I mean, I think it's easier for you to be used for anything. So I think that's where maybe the sex
because you
comes
feel
in,
like you need to
because
compensate
you
for
feel
the
like
love.
you want to compensate for it. So if this person is always like on your case, you will do it so comfortably, and it won't ever ring in your mind that this is
It's not
this
normal,
is not
it's just
yes.
too much.
I'm curious to know what Shayla thinks.
What read about this?
Me, okay. Personally, I don't know whether it's true
About sex.
about sex, but according to your views, I can say maybe 50% because, and yeah, it's true. Unaona, you have to like ni kama unalipia.
Yes.
You didn't have that father figure in your life.
Yeah.
But then me actually I've never had a father figure in my life.
Yeah.
But should I say I've never felt any loss?
But you see, let me tell you, it's almost the same thing with me. Me, my father was present, but not present.
Yeah,
But not
it was available but
not
present.
present.
You could.
It's like a statue somewhere. Ako tu na monanga. Doesn't speak, doesn't tell you nothing.
Like you know now for Trina it was different because
He was never there.
I thought she was wondering kwani who is there?
By the end, at
What's
some
the
point,
loss?
I think I felt like I wish you were not there because maybe things would have been easier.
Different.
Because I don't see you, so I don't expect
Yeah,
anything.
true.
Yeah.
But you are
Then-
there.
You are there,
so I
but
have a lot
there
of
is nagging, yeah.
expectations. Yeah.
But you see, this situation of sex, it comes from a point where this person loves you, or you think that's why you're told. Fathers are told, tell your girls you love them.
Yeah.
Because they'll have a standard. They have a standard of love. So this one, anything someone tells them, they'll be told, I love you by people who don't love them, and they'll believe them.
Yes.
And that's why that's the point. Because I don't want to lose you, I'll do everything to keep you.
Yeah.
So if sex is what you want,
I'll give you.
And now you find sex it's always like a gateway. The moment you start engaging recklessly, you go all the way. It's like a slide.
Yeah.
Sasa inakuwa it's too much now. You now have sex with anyone. And also the reason of also having
and morals don't
and loving sex is because you want to get approval of everybody.
Yes,
so every man who comes around you want their approval, and sometimes you just because you don't know the standard of love, you think sex is the standard of love.
It becomes a SI unit. Somebody really loves me sexually.
Because also you are not told you are loved and you're beautiful. So when a man tells you you're beautiful, you interpret it sexually. Yeah, and you don't know how to even give yourself affirmation. That's when you're told be close to your kids. I think right now, the other day I asked my daughter between her and now someone else who has locks. Nywele yako na yake gani ndio refu si yangu? And hers is like the short. You can tell that, like, but she's so confident because even when we are doing her hair, I saw something on TikTok I've started implementing. As we are doing her hair, I start telling her, you know, you're beautiful. Let's say I'm beautiful. I'm courageous. I am a good-hearted person. I am loved. You see, such things as they ring in her mind, you'll find. If you are told that more, you would have better relationships.
Which like when I was in high school, I wasn't close with my dad. He was there, yes, but he couldn't come for my school meetings. Every time his mom was coming, and then now it triggered me one time. Some girl came and asked me, "Valbede, can I ask you something?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then she was like, "Kwani hunanga baba?" I'm like why? They were just in here. Why would you ask me something like that? And then now I told her, yes, I have a dad. But kwa nini hakujangi meetings zako za shule every time ni mama yako anakujanga? I was just like, my dad is busy. Haezi kuja shule. And then now I went home. Hiyo kitu ilinisumbua.
It has to.
Yeah, so I went home. I was like, Dad, by the way, you should be coming to school to visit me for my meetings. And then he was like, si mom ukam. I was like, no, Dad, you should be coming. I want you to be coming to my meetings. And then now when I learned that,
and you also actually feel the identity. It's also an issue of identity. Does this person even, do I belong to them?
I know.
Do I belong to them? As I think when I was in school, we used to have this thing every year when it's Father's Day, the fathers would be invited to school.
Wow, that's nice.
If you don't have a dad, your parents should send a father
figure.
Like, also, they actually start being responsible for you.
That's so good. I know, right? That's so nice.
And they'll only have to talk to the father. Father, this is what you need to do. The unfortunate part is for the fathers who show up. So as a child, you feel
like, why would my dad?
Then now, like if her father would not show up, the mom would come because the father. So she'll feel like she doesn't belong to anyone. Even Mother's Day, if you don't have a mom, send a mother figure. And I think it did us a lot of good. Because now they got to see on a, what's your parents meeting, mtu feel kama mama wanaongeleshwa. So the fathers are just waiting for this thing to nyinyi endangeni nitakuja saa 10. But then the laser conversation of just fathers, and I wish the conversations of fatherhood would be more.
I feel that is something that even our schools should embrace,
True.
Because I feel like, you see, like if we parent like that, right now, so many people are going through depression, which is not even maybe something that is happening now. It's childhood trauma. There's so much childhood trauma that things used to happen. And I keep telling people, you see, when kids are young, like, wanakaanga nika hawa notice kitu.
But they are noticing shit.
When you grow up, that's when those things, unajua sasa ushakuwa mkubwa, that's now you understand.
They are making sense.
That's when everything goes loose.
But then this is where we need to have the conversations of parents, because everything that happens to you in childhood is creating a system for you to use when you grow up. Because right now, huwezi niambia unasahau kubrush. but it's a system that was put in
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Kitambo.
So whatever
So it's
system
still there.
you put in your child, so now imagine when you're talking about intentionality, parents, if we don't do it intentionally, what system are we putting in our children? Because after 18, you're on your own.
Yes.
Like, I actually didn't know vyombo zinafaa kuoshwa asubuhi until niko jioni niko like, why do I still have these dishes here?
you see, like if you grow up doing some stuff, even when you grow up,
It's still the same
it's
thing.
still the same thing. Like if you knew like doing this was wrong, even when you grow up and you're like, I wanna be a bitch, I wanna be that,
I wanna be,
I wanna be. Trust you me, something will still be ringing in your
Yeah.
mind. No,
I'm not
this is
supposed
not.
to
This
do
is
this.
not me. This is not what I'm supposed to do. Like the other day we had a mental health conversation in church, and another lady was saying, like her, even right now she's big, she's mature enough, she can't leave the door open. Why? The door always has to be closed. Why? The mom used to work and she'd come later. So she would always tell her, make sure the door is closed until mimi mwenyewe nikuje
home.
Mwingine akinoko unless I call you.
Yeah, don't open for them.
Systems.
So until today, she can't stay with a closed door.
With
With a open
a
door.
kuavyo.
Yeah.
And that I wish they said systems, because everything is systems.
Systematic.
Like zile vitu sahi tunafanya, like even just the way you shower, as basic as showering.
Yes.
And do you know it's funny how many parents don't actually take it intentionally to show your child how to shower? Yes, because right now even my child won't let you see her dressing as young as she is.
Yes.
It's my private time.
Yes.
Leave, mama.
That is something.
After you brought whatever you brought, you go.
Just
I'll
go.
quit,
Leave me
I'll quit,
alone.
I'll quit.
And I think something else also experience, coming on to that, I think, you see the way for us when we were growing up, first of all, boys were not supposed to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're a man.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think you're a
right
man,
now-
you're not supposed
Yeah,
to
you're
cry.
right.
You're
I
a
think-
man.
Right now, let the boys also have that voice. They can come to you and tell you, this is troubling me. This is what is happening in my life. Don't compress their problems. Like, unakuta kuniambia kwani ungejipigania wewe ni mwanaume
Hata help
Even
matters
now, that
for
is
men. Ina
mediocre.
matter
But
pia.
then do you realize that's why men are not able to love emotionally?
Yes.
Because they've been...
That's how
we are
they-
here complaining our men are not romantic.
That's how they grew up.
That's how society has taught them.
They were never
Yeah.
taught to get
Show
in touch with
emotions.
emotions.
Yeah.
Then you're here telling them, I need you to affirm me. Like from where?
From
Where
where?
did he
It
learn
can't.
that?
From where,
It's
Janet?
traumatic.
From where?
It
But
can't.
do you know sometimes we judge mama's boy, like the way we say your kijana is just a mama's boy. But you know those people mostly wanakuwa wamepewa that emotional love.
They are more emotional.
Yeah, they are so
Everyone else,
emotional.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish hata kama I don't mean ni wote men mpewe that.
Okay, don't
love.
overdo.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Don't overdo the mama.
Mamas.
No, I'm not
Because
saying that.
sometimes if you overdo inakaa
Inakuwa too
No,
much.
detach.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just saying wasipewe that ni, but mtu in their life to just be there to tell them you can also have emotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
that's
the
what I
right.
mean.
You have the right to
right
be vulnerable.
You
Yes.
people are so hard.
I know. Me,
Men,
I
so
love
hard.
men when you're not close to their moms.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They understand things.
Yeah,
a
they
little
understand
easier, by the way.
emotions. They have been shown.
Mwingine atakuangalia kwambia cheki
Wewe
sister.
bana toka.
Wewe
Toka.
toka kasirika.
Sasa unalia nini?
Unalia.
Unalia nini?
Why are you crying?
And you're so hard. Ati hiyo kitu ndogo ndio inafanya uligeni.
Imagine you tell someone you're doing this and it's hurting me and they're like, hiyo kitu
It's not even a
kidogo.
big deal.
Cheki sisi ukimaliza kulia uniambie.
Tuongee.
Wow. I think maybe because like I have babies in the house, like what I always make sure is anytime I come home, are you okay? What happened today? What I always want to
How
make
was
sure
school?
how has everything been since last time during the day? What did you do? What happened? Anything unusual? Anything what? Because I feel like the boys are the ones I have a lot in the house. Girls is only one.
Yeah.
But I would really want them to open up and to know it's okay to tell me this.
Yeah.
Because if it's not me to listen, then who?
Well,
He'll go to the peers. The peers also don't know anything. Then
They'll still have to give advice.
yes, they'll give the advice that they don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
and they don't
again,
know themselves. Those
Yes.
kids don't know.
Yeah.
when you create a safe space, you know, for parents, the reason it's hard for parents to create a safe space, learn to like your children.
Yes.
Loving them is not optional.
Yeah.
My mom loves me no matter what.
No matter what you do,
They love you.
And when anything happens to me, she'll be worried.
Yes.
But then how many parents like their children? How many of them can put up, especially your child? You have to love your child individually, especially if you have multiples.
Yes.
I love you as Anne. I like the things you do as Anne. Especially for me, I'm not the Mutaratara is not my thing. So for me, I'm like, why did you say we do that? Because it's done by you. So who said you do it?
Yeah.
Let me do it my way.
Let me do
For
it
me,
my
and
way.
if I have a parent who is systematic, they might stray. But then if they like me as I am, like my mom will always say, I love speaking to people. And when I do it at church, the first person at the age I am today, close to 30, I'll still look for my mom. How did I do? And she's like, yeah, you did well.
You
today.
did well.
Yes.
That was so nice.
And for me, because I know she likes me. Not only she loves me, she likes me.
you.
She likes when she
for
sees
you.
me talking. Then the other day I was giving a tribute and she was like, I hope you don't cry because I know you like crying. I know it might be emotional for you. And because you're with a team, if you go fast and you break down, the rest won't be able to do it.
Yes.
So and for me, because I know she likes me, I have a space to make mistakes because I know she'll correct me because she likes what I do.
Yes.
If you learn to like your kids, my brother likes fixing stuff, and my mom will always be like, because like your child individually. Now you'll not get to their level of. They really don't have to do things my way.
Yeah.
But I like the way you do your stuff.
But I think that is something we should talk about sana to the dads.
Yeah.
Moms is kind of even easier to navigate.
Yeah.
It's easier. But for the fathers, like me, I admire girls who have, or children literally, who have that relationship with it. Like somebody will come, Dad, you know what? I don't have pads. I'm like, how did you do
Like
that?
what? Like
Imagine I call my
Yeah.
dad for pads.
That's hard.
That's I
Even
call
that?
it. Yes.
does your dad want to adopt big children?
Yeah, like we want to be adopted.
Is he adopted?
Even when there's a time I had an UTI and I called him like, Dad, niko na UTI, send me money. I need to go to hospital.
That's the most
Like people had
good
conversations
thing.
on
Like
UTIs
you call your dad and then you tell them, by the way, Dad, I'm dating this guy, and you know, you see those movies in American movies.
Yeah.
I think that's something that should adopt, because even when you grow up, you have that, and you'll want to raise your kids like that. Right now, for us maybe who didn't grow up with such, first of all, hata haujui sasa kama babangu sasa nafaa kufanya nini? I don't have a role model on that.
First of all, it feels like military. It feels like ukipita mbele yake you have to bow.
Yes,
I know. You feel like you have to do this. Then even a conversation is hard, let alone.
Inakuwa so
Like
weird.
I think right now we are at a space with my dad now. We sit and talk because we leave the house last, so we sit and talk stories before we go to work. But then before it was so hard to have that conversation. Now I realize I was the one who didn't take advantage because for him was always ready. There was a time I was unwell and we were only me and him at home. He packed everything of mine and I was supposed to go back to school. He didn't miss anything.
which is because I feel
Like,
like right now,
I know, I wish I knew
dads,
earlier.
if those dads, I think dads should really show up, because if they don't, like whatever is coming is social media. Utaenda skize America, skize Andrew Kibe.
I
and
know.
Amwambia you're simping.
I
you're
know.
doing what you're trying to treat your woman right. Someone is saying you're simping. So how will you ever know this is right, this is wrong if your father never told
Then
you
it
that?
will be this is how we do things.
This is how it's
And
done.
if you check anyone,
So
a lot of
toxic.
men under 22, they have the notion of this simping story. The only
I
way
can't
to love
do
your
that.
woman is simping.
I can't see.
Honestly.
I can't simp.
Kwanza
Do
wanaume
it,
wenye
just
wanakuwa
bringing
na
you
notion.
flowers. Umesimp, bro.
I know these men who have a notion of treating a woman right is
It's
simping.
But you know, a lot of 22s and under, that's the notion they have because the
Yeah.
person they're listening to is Andrew Kibe.
You listen to
American.
Andrew Kibe atakwambia, oh, wanaitananga nini? They have a name.
I don't know.
Me, I
Well,
don't
man,
know.
it's
I don't listen to Kibe.
Kafuku say.
Yes!
You listen to
Kama
that? How do you know that?
What is that?
I know because first
yes,
by
I
TikTok,
can't relate.
yeah,
You
utaipita
see
tu
it.
utaisikia, or maybe a meme. Utana meme. By the I don't even know what kafukusu means, but
Me
najua
too.
it's a word
It's a
that
word.
Andrew Kibe uses. And there's also another
Na wafuasi wake wanajua
Yes.
meaning.
wanajua.
It's probably not something nice.
And do you know how long it took for me to know Terence then itangwa Nganothia? Do you know how long?
And you still don't know why they
I don't know.
But then it's funny how we are out here beating up men who are doing right by their children
Yes.
and by
Yes,
their
their
wives.
wives.
And it's funny how no one is standing up for them. I keep saying no human being is perfect. However much you want to see bad in people, no human being is perfect. I keep saying if someone, like for example Kabi, he chooses to love his wife that way, how does that affect you?
It's okay.
I know.
Yeah, and if that's what keeps his home going,
Let
it
him
is
do
his
it.
home.
You don't have to keep insulting. Oh, you went to the labor ward. Or if
Oh
that's
my
how
God,
he
you're
shows
a
love,
This is
that's
children.
how- it's okay.
Oh my God, they are doing this. It's too much.
It's too much.
Just
I don't know who gives
you see,
people-
just hit that unsubscribe button and move.
Yeah.
We have
If you don't want
10
to
million
watch,
channels.
go.
And
If
you
you
don't have
don't
to
like
tell.
my content,
And it's funny how people, haters are your biggest fans. They'll watch it begin to the end.
Yeah. And then
Then
comment what?
And
ndo sasa
comment one
watateka
word that you
makosa.
had
Yeah.
that you had on that situation.
I feel like, for instance, Mimi, I'm that person. You see, like the way me, I love affirmations. Tukae uniambie, me, I love PDA.
I know,
And
me
tukae
too.
uniambie,
You love
babe,
me
you good,
81
you look
times.
good.
Tell me I look good, tell me I'm beautiful. I love hearing that.
So mimi nikisikia Kabia akisema hivyo niko like, yes.
Mungu mali hiyo alitoka.
Mali ulitoka.
Mwingine anaambiwa na Kibe hiyo ni kusimu.
Unasema mwanaume unakanyanga aje labor ward. Yeah, me, I want you to be there hold my hand.
Same.
Ni kutusiishe.
Ni sawa.
But then one thing you remember, I'll tell you as a mom, one thing you remember is the people who are with kids at the level. It is the hardest. You see, people think giving birth is normal.
So na ninyi
How
ni
many-
kumeza
Mi
It's
naona
a
that
miracle.
inakuanga life and
It's
death.
a miracle. It's a life and death situation.
Yes.
How many ladies have we buried?
Yes.
How many children have died in that situation?
Many.
It's giving life is also. I don't want to go into the Bible. Also, the devil doesn't like it. He knows it's one more trouble
Yes.
added to my plate.
Yeah.
It is like if you're there when it's my worst. Sometimes you feel it gets to a point the pain is too much. You don't feel like you'll make it.
Yes.
And you're ready. Trust me, the pain is too much. You're like between pain and this death, 22. It's been real. I have lived
Yes.
the most.
Yeah.
But you see, the people who will be there in that time of pain will remember them.
Yeah.
And it is the best having the person who is responsible. First of
Yeah.
all,
You're
it is the most
responsible for
the
it.
least you can do. If you go to labor rooms, you'll know every father's name in that room. Oh, Kevin, oh, Sijui, everyone calls their own.
Oh my God.
There are people who
If you
say,
want to know the baby
Oh yeah, I
Everyone.
see.
hey, I had things.
People do everything.
They sing.
It's just like a that is like a marketplace with mad women.
Yeah.
But as they say, even hospitals, the hospital I went to, they were telling us, if you intend to come with your man, inform us before for the sake of his mental health.
Yes.
So that they are able to cater for you and him. Sometimes they're in the labor room and they're not showing everything. You're with him this side, and the doctors are doing their things. There's a whole cutting. I think if Diana Bahati, when you watch her previous videos, you see how for them it's him on this side and the doctors on this other side. For their mental health, it can be catered for. But be there for your man. We will always remember that time and we'll appreciate it for that.
It's also hard because I also hearing stories from mothers and all that. Somebody will tell you if they see that thing coming out of there,
Yeah, they be like, I'm
yes,
not going
they
back
may
in
share,
there.
never go back there.
I'll-
And you understand them anyway.
But
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question. Have you gone to YouTube and Googled giving back? Have you seen the video from beginning to the end? No.
Me,
So
I
why do you
saw-
expect men to see it live? Why do you expect men to? It's hard. I also personally have after being a mom, I can't
be
watch
so
the
strong.
video
Because
to
that
the
guy
end.
sees everything.
Do you think you can be strong?
Me even wouldn't do that for my own sister.
I know. What I nikushike huku you
Let me
give
I'll
one,
be
you
here,
just
I'll
and
hold
shike
you like
yeah.
this and I won't look at
Pop the baby for us.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes,
But basically, I think the reason likes of Andrew people are getting the traction they're getting is because there's a gap.
Yes.
And because there's no one filling it with the right information.
Yes.
He's filling it with his nonsense.
It's just nonsense.
Anything can fill up this gap.
Yeah.
But if men who are doing right by their children, by their wives, won't come out and speak out and defend them, even the ones who are doing it right, we will keep having trash as information, and at some point, because information is passed from generation to generation, it will be that is how it's always done.
You know, like the other day I was watching. You see, after the Wakanda
thing.
After the Wakanda thingy, so of course Jackie Matube was really attacked for her Wakanda baby shower thing. You know? And they did a video the other day, and blessings. The husband was like, you know what, babe, you look good. All right. You know that affirmation, yes, people say look good, but you know what? You really looked good.
Yeah.
That's all you need to hear.
And don't that's all that matters.
Yes,
if I wake up
that energy out there.
If I wake up today and my man tells me I look good, I don't care what all of this.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry. He said it. Bye.
I feel like I have wins for the day.
Yes.
The rest of you should react.
I don't know. Kuna mwanaume mwingine. I don't know his name is like popular social media. Anambianga bibi yake, I know you're not the most prettiest, you're not the most sexiest, but I love you.
Wow.
Would you like a man telling you that?
But that's affirmation. Somebody's still there.
No.
Don't give me
my point. You see, that's somebody's trying to affirm. Yes, I love you.
So let me ask you.
But I have a but. But if you feel like I'm not the prettiest, if you feel like I'm not the most needy, even if you feel it, don't tell me. Alright? Yeah. Lie to me then.
Yeah, so that ndo nilikuwa nikuuliza, you want a man who is telling you, Shiro, I know you're not the most beautiful. Ama mwenye anakwambia you're the most beautiful woman.
But for me, that's a man who is a bit insecure about himself.
Yes.
And he has to put his wife down kidogo to feel like you're the best. So because I think to your own man, he's the most handsome person you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter however tall and rich and whoever comes, you'll always tell him he's the best person you have. So why does someone feel the need to tell you you're not the prettiest?
You're not the
so
most
I'm number what? I know.
I know. But
from someone I put so high.
From someone you
shouldn't
love.
say that to your woman. That's putting them down.
But I think that's something that comes. You see, like, bringing it back to parenting. You see, like, if you are taught like your mom, your dad will always keep telling you, you know, you look good,
you're pretty.
Those affirmations, you always bring them. Like even when you grow, zitakuwa zikitokea.
It's your system.
Yeah, itakuwa like as Anne said, everything is just system.
System.
We follow.
Before you instill anything in your child, think how it will affect them 20 years from now. Because I keep saying, before you go parenting your child, look, close your eyes and just think about them at their 40s, their 30s. What the kind of person you want to see them.
And then work it, especially
work it behind now. Work it now behind, and this is now the things I need to instill today for them to use them then. Because then life is very unpredictable. Today you're here as a parent, tomorrow you're not there. All of us are not sure how lucky we'll be to see our kids then. But did you give them the weapons and did you equip them for that life? You know, for when you're not there, or even when you. Right now, we probably all of us have our parents. But how many times do you go to your parents because of a certain? So whatever you learned then is what you're using now. So put the most you can in the best way possible, simplest way possible, because they need it. In future they need it.